the 30th of October 2025. Laredo, South Texas, a border city that seems peaceful. But in the shadows, an underground empire runs like an invisible machine. On the city's edge, inside an abandoned warehouse, two men sit in a black pickup truck. A red radio light flashes across their cold faces. Signal confirmed. A hoarse voice says, "Everything goes according to plan." Within seconds, a $280 million transaction is triggered. No one knows that at that very moment, the first gear of a transnational operation has begun to turn. 40 miles away, deep inside a CIA underground command center, surveillance screens light up in the middle of the night. An encrypted signal appears, its frequency, pulse pattern, and ID code matching Los Diablos del Norte, Mexico's most brutal crime syndicate. But this data is different, not about a shipment, but about a merger between two empires: the Lone Star Cartel in Texas and Diablos del Norte in Tamaulipas. Two halves of the same beast joining together. If successful, it would open the largest narcotics corridor ever recorded. The new alliance would create a transport route from Guatemala through Mexico, straight into the heart of America, a path no steel fence or treaty could stop, a corridor of darkness where money and blood blend beneath the mask of legal trade. Over the past 18 months, meth seizures have increased by 42%, just the tip of the iceberg. Experts estimate 9/10 of the flow slips past the border, hidden inside aid containers and among desperate migrants. A new battlefield has emerged. Laredo, once a trade hub, now stands at the center of an invisible storm. Not of sand, but of power and money. At 22:07, a southern monitoring post intercepts a strange signal, a 17-second audio file containing a cryptic code. Once decrypted, the result is clear. Secret transport coordinates for 4.5 tons of methamphetamine disguised as relief goods. In the command room, alarms go off. Operation Ironside is ordered to launch. All units switch to high alert. The secret game begins. Gone are the convoys across deserts or freighters sneaking through the Gulf. The enemy has changed tactics, moving the front line to the sky. A light aircraft departs from Laredo airstrip, unregistered. No ID code, masked as humanitarian aid. For U.S. intelligence, it's not a flight. It's a declaration of war. In the night, propellers spin and radar beams sweep. Iron Tide is active. Tonight, Laredo will not sleep. And across the border, a nation is about to witness the first rising wave. 3 a.m. While most of the city sleeps, another network awakens. In the command room, recordings are decrypted and paired with flight data. On the screen, glowing dots form an irregular arc heading west. Analysis confirms the target is flying low and steady toward the San Diego coast. The window of action is closing. Time is the enemy. Every passing second means a lost opportunity. The order is clear. Act now, or let disaster cross the border. The command echoes through secure comms. Activate Iron Tide. Intercept and contain. Across the night sea, a joint force begins to move. On the carrier deck, jet squadrons ignite their engines. MH-60R helicopters lift off, rotors slicing the air. Below, RHIB speedboats cut through black water like steel arrows. Everything happens in utter silence. No chaos, only precision. Radars lock on, data synchronizes. The operation runs like mathematics, no error allowed. On the command deck, a calm voice transmits. Positive ID. Intercept vector established. Rules of engagement acknowledged. Air and sea systems synchronize. On radar, the target glows a tiny light nearing international waters. The F divided by A-18 pilot pushes the throttle. Engines roar and tear through clouds. Two MH-60Rs fly low, carrying SEAL teams. 3 RHIBs slice the waves below, converging on the interception zone. No sirens, no lights, only the pulse of metal and adrenaline. The radio crackles, cold and precise. This is Ford. Intercept in progress. Maintain standoff. No unnecessary escalation. The target drops altitude, seeking an emergency landing. Units tighten formation. In the air, helicopters hold position. At sea, RHIBs close in like a vice. No gunfire, only discipline. This is not a chase, it's control in its purest form. The smugglers face three choices: stop, surrender, or be neutralized. All eyes focus on the convergence point where every decision could rewrite history. Tension snaps like a drawn wire. One word breaks through encrypted comms: execute. But before the final move, all data must be verified: coordinates, signals, identity, and legal proof. In covert warfare, one wrong detail crosses the line between lawful and reckless. Reflected sea light glints on sailors' helmets, sweat tracing down their faces. They know the battle ahead won't be won by firepower, but by discipline, duty, and the resolve of those who serve. 6:11 a.m. The Southern California sky glows silver. Below, the fleet forms a blockade. A light aircraft is forced to make a soft landing on calm waters. The encrypted order spreads. Iron Tide. Phase 2. Containment active. 2 MH-60Rs descend, their blades cutting the air like knives. Beneath the surface, 3 RHIBs fan out, forming a steel arc. Every movement precise as a Swiss watch. Radar locks on. SEALs await the word. In total silence, every heartbeat carries the weight of command. The commander's voice echoes over radio. All units, proceed with caution. Maintain rules of engagement. The second helicopter sweeps a bright beam across the sea. Operators aboard the RHIB signal by hand, each motion like choreography drilled for 1,000 hours. From orbit, the operation looks like a metallic symphony: jets, ships, and helicopters moving in perfect rhythm. No shouts, no chaos, only the heartbeat of technology and human precision blended into modern military strategy. At that moment, Iron Tide ceases to be just an operation. It becomes pure unity of intellect and discipline. 6:18 a.m. A voice confirms. Visual confirmation. Cargo intact. SEALs approach, securing each crate with digital seals. No words, no emotion, but as the last crate is lifted, a technician pauses. The printed logo doesn't match any aid organization. The top layer peels away, revealing faint letters underneath 3 chilling initials: DNI, Diablos Norte International. Laredo was only the beginning. A faint glint reflects on the container's surface, the truth exposed. This isn't mere smuggling. It's a link in a global laundering chain. On deck, intelligence teams record, seal, and encrypt data for transmission. Radar confirms clear waters. Dawn rises, gold light spreading over silent steel, as if no confrontation ever happened. The final report reads: Operation Iron Tide Phase 2 completed. No casualties. Full containment achieved. The long night ends not with an explosion, but with the heavy silence of a secret victory. 9:03 a.m. The sea lies calm, only faint ripples trailing the RHIBs, returning to the carrier. On board the USS Gerald R. Ford, tension lingers. In Analysis Room 3, dozens of data specialists comb through every packet, cross-checking with global databases. One string emerges: DNI. But this time, it's more than a cartel emblem. It's an identifier for a shadow financial network spanning from the Caribbean to Europe. A transcontinental laundering machine begins to take shape, and Iron Tide has just scratched the surface. The seized crates contain no weapons. Inside are hard drives, data chips, and waterproof transmitters. Each drive holds thousands of financial logs, mapping a global shadow banking system. The data leads to Panama, where an entity called Blue Serpent Holdings manages worldwide money laundering. They don't trade goods, they trade identities, erase trails, cleanse blood money, and turn crimes into numbers. For the digital forensics team, Irontide has just crossed from the battlefield into cyberspace. At the same time, a low-orbit satellite picks up identical signals from an oil tanker anchored off Cuba. Data from Irontide becomes the centerpiece of a vast puzzle, a network of laundering, logistics, and covert finance spanning 3 continents. Encrypted packets reveal coordination between shell companies and phantom accounts. On the command deck, the Admiral stands in silence, eyes fixed on the horizon. He knows the war at sea is over, but a deeper one in the shadows has just begun. That same day, the Irontide report is sent urgently to the Joint Special Operations Command. The final 3 lines, printed in bold, red cold as steel: target, neutralized, data, secure, threat, ongoing. On the ocean's dark surface, each wave reflects a warning. Those who fought in the operation know victory doesn't mean the end. Irontide isn't just a mission, it's a message that the line between peace and chaos has never been thinner. A silent war awaits beneath the surface of the civilized world. 12:07 p.m. Operation Irontide enters its next phase, the silent current. The current is no longer water, it's data. Inside the Federal Security Center in Miami, tech analysts activate the first decryption system. Over 4,000 fragments of data unfold, each tagged with time and location. On screen, the numbers connect, revealing the framework of a worldwide financial web. From virtual currencies to shell corporations, Irontide has shifted from a maritime strike to a cyber war. Leading the analysis team is Dr. Ava Hernandez, a fintech expert. Her eyes lock on the screen, watching payment flows pulse like a living heartbeat. One data cluster matches Argomar logistics. But when she drills deeper, a millisecond discrepancy appears enough to erase any trace of real money. She types a rapid alert. "We're not tracking cargo. We're chasing data ghosts." The room falls silent. In that moment, everyone realizes the new hunt has begun, and the battlefield now lies in lines of code. Across the ocean, inside the glass tower of Blue Serpent Holdings in Panama City, a security camera captures a man in a gray suit leaving the office, phone in hand. Satellite data shows his signal disappearing 4 minutes later. His file: Rafael Dominguez, former financial advisor to a Venezuelan energy conglomerate. All traces erased, only temporary coordinates remain. For the Irontide investigation team, this is no longer a lone criminal. He's the key player in a global shadow finance conspiracy. At the same time, one of the seized hard drives from Irontide fully decrypts. Inside isn't accounting data, it's a video, shot on the deck of a cargo ship at sea. The footage shakes, but the logo is clear. Blue Serpent Holdings, a green serpent coiled around the globe. Beneath it, a chilling line appears. The tide has no flag. The analysis room falls silent. They realize Irontide was never just a smuggling bust. It's the opening chapter of a new kind of warfare where enemies bear no flag, and the weapon is data itself.